What's up?
Can I add something?
Last thing, and then
I feel like you get pushback when your own masculine energy expresses truth, and then what they really want is their feminine energy really just wants to be like gossipy. That's really what it is. It's like, it's just, they want entertainment. They don't want education.
What do you mean? I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Okay, so when a woman steps into her masculine energy and expresses a very clear truth that is against whatever said ideology, they, who are supposed to be such high-value men, which I don't resonate with any of these terms, by the way, but all they do is they say a bunch of wild things and they just get in their feminine gossipy energy, and yet they're masculine. That's just, there's just so much, there's so much hypocrisy in these communities.
Well, who knows? But I mean, you've mentioned a couple of these buzzwords before. You keep mentioning the red pill. Look, red pill equals the truth, equals reality. See, it's an analogy from the film The Matrix.
Yes.
Seeing the world as it truly is, embracing the truth, even if said truth is painful or uncomfortable.
Right.
Women can take the red pill too.
Yes, I do. I love the Matrix movies, and I completely understand this concept, but just because you're spewing some ideology, it does not make it the red pill truth, because a bunch of wounded men who are just projecting at women feel that it is, because it's making their ego feel better.
Yeah, but I mean, when it comes to objective truth, earlier on in the conversation, we were doing the 1 to 10 rating system, and you refuse to have a good faith conversation about that.
I didn't refuse to be good faith. Because I'm not answering a question doesn't mean I'm bad faith.
That's kind of bad faith.
No, it's not. It's just something that it would go against a boundary of me. I wouldn't answer this if I were dating somebody. So if I was on a date, I would not answer this. So why would I go against my own boundary and answer it then? It's not bad faith. I haven't yelled or screamed or done anything. I'm just speaking truth. I'm just being grounded. They say I'm triggered and upset. I'm not triggered. I'm not upset. There's nothing you could do, say, to trigger or upset me. Trust me. It's just funny. You give a little pushback and it's no.
Well, we debate on the show, but I mean, and again, this really ties in. One of the red pills a woman could take is not confusing sexual attraction for relationship attraction or marriage attraction. And we already talked about this. Men and women, we have different sexual strategies. So as a woman, you wouldn't want to project your experience onto how men operate. So as I already previously said, for a woman to sleep with a man, that man has to typically be at least physically attractive enough to be in a relationship with. Whereas men will sleep with women of a certain physical attractiveness. Oh, hold on.
Jimmy Donaldson donated $99. Chest tap been pleading the fifth this whole damn time. Move it along, pal. Go take care of your kid. Asian girl, please remove the headwear. Brian, I love the flannel. Keep up the hustle. When's the of dropping?
Thank you, appreciate it. Look, the red pill would be just having an accurate self-assessment of your own physical attractiveness so that you can maneuver in the sexual marketplace, the relationship marketplace, the marriage marketplace accurately and not get hurt as a woman.
I think there is some truth to what red pill says, but not everything. And I think this is another thing that gets tricky, is because Andrew Tate, for example, I know he doesn't identify with red pill. I'm just using him as an extreme example because it's obvious and a lot of people know.
Okay, final point, and then we have to wrap. Go ahead.
He uses, a lot of pimps do this. Pimps will say complete, absolute truths. They will shock you with some truth, and it will get you to trust them because you're like, well, he was honest about that. And he does this in certain instances, and this is what men do. This is what a lot of convincing men do to play women as well. Women could do it too, but I'm going to use this example with men. I'm not anti-men or anti-women. But so it's just... and this is actually what drew me to red pill. I was like, oh my gosh, these guys actually are saying some truthful facts.
Can you land the plane, please?
But once you look into it deeper, there's a lot of hypocrisy, and there's ultimately a lack of integrity, and it's feeding wounded men instead of guiding them to actually fully emotionally heal. It's superficial. They're chasing money and women, and that is not integrated masculine energy.
Okay, quickly, can you give me 3 things that the supposed red pill gets wrong?
One example is I'll just use, I think it was Rollo Tomasi. He specifically said that something along the lines of women find men who are with a bunch of women ideal. Like women go for men who have a lot of women, and actually there's been a study on it, and I forget, it's like a letter, it's like HX or something, the study that was done that is actually contradictory to that, because women do not find that evolutionarily attractive, because typically those men don't have enough resources to actually sustain their family, and they would be abandoned. So that's just one. You said 3. What is another?
Hold on. Women, absolutely, there's a component of social proof when it comes to what women find attractive. A lot of women will need cosigns from either their other girlfriends. They'll like check with their girlfriends, oh, is this guy, what do you think about this guy? Men don't need cosigns from their male friends to pursue a chick. So, but if a guy is capable of getting 10 women, other women are going to find him attractive by virtue of social proof.
Yeah, kind of like what we were talking about earlier, though. It's not really about is he capable. It's like, does he have strength over his like lower desires? That's really what's ultimately attractive. Sure, some wounded women don't care, and they'll just take a man that like cheats on them or like is in a open relationship. And there can be positive open relationships. I'm not saying no really open relationships.
I wish we had more time to probably get into this. Really
I
quickly,
have many more, but I know you have to cut me off. So.
Yeah, and like, I don't know, there's like a red pill ideology, and then there's just generally the red pill. So look, I don't claim to subscribe to a red pill ideology. Like, I just use red pill as an analogy for the truth. For example, Lizzo's not a 10. To me, that is the truth. She's obese. You cannot be a 10 and be obese. Do you object to that?
I don't deal with the numerical. I'm not dealing with that numerical stance. We keep going to the physical attractiveness things.
Well,
There's so many
it's
other
important.
things.
Don't you think that physical attractiveness is important when you're trying to scout, though? I mean, because
yes, physical
you're not going to
attractiveness
talk to someone
is,
that you're not attracted to.
Of course, but it's on both sides. It's not just one-sided. And also, like, you know, they say, like, whatever, certain things. Each culture finds very largely different things attractive. Even people have different preferences. Some people would find
there is no culture in the world for either men or women that finds obesity attractive across the board.
Okay, yeah, I understand this, but you're using a rather extreme example.
It's not extreme. What percentage of people are obese? Was it 50% or something?
Yeah,
it's not an extreme example. It's not an extreme example.
But it's never, just because one little thing hasn't ever been like a characterization of physical attractiveness doesn't, I don't know, it's...
Do you think Lizzo's a 10? Oops.
I'm not doing the scale thing. It's pointless.
No.
Okay. All right, well, we're going to